Hey guys, so welcome back to episode 5 of my Beyonce chapter 4 theories and conclusions. So guys, we are back. So after the debacle of the Levi's commercial chapter 4, I'm here to give you guys even more refreshments. So grab a snacks because it's gonna be a little long one. But like I said, there's a part of the lyric that says, "Baby, it's time to rock, don't let go." There's a part in the little lyric commercial, basically like the interludes that transition to the next songs of Cowboy Carter. Beyonce, the denim cowboy, is being very present with the September 4th looming as her 44th birthday. I have so many predictions that these three different singles that Beyonce might release, the Ice, which at 8:53 in the morning could be something, as well as the Heat, which is releasing around 5:01 p.m. And then lastly, what makes it even more interesting is the Smoke. Now these three names, like I mentioned in my previous video, represent the three different acts. I said that before and I will say it again. When Beyonce said on Sweet Honey Bucket, "Look at that horse, look at that horse, look at that horse. It's pretty as hell or natural diamond on porch." So when she mentioned that there are three different horse segments, that first the horse is stagnant, the second time it started galloping, then lastly it started creating acts of shows indicating Ice, Heat, and then Smoke. Beyonce is referencing the three different segments of her horse. When combined, she leaves in different transitions into the next one. With the upcoming highly anticipated film, which a lot of people have been mentioning that Beyonce has been filming for the last couple of the tour dates. Now that Cowboy Carter has concluded a couple of weeks and months now, we are only could speculate that Miss Black Betty, which is the artist that Beyonce is inspired by, she is a rebel within the rock and roll world. She is very, very famous for not going against the rules, and I think that's pretty cool. It's a rebellious energy that I think Beyonce is ready to bring out. Black Betty Davis, this is it. I believe the Sir Davis, and I kept mentioning this again, the Sir Davis whiskey company, which also inspired by her great uncle or great grandfather, also has a also connection with Miss Betty Davis. Now we know that July 26th, a couple of weeks ago, the Cowboy Carter concluded its last leg in Las Vegas, and a lot of people have been speculating that the dancers, Beyonce's dancers and crew, were supposed to dress in a certain way. But like I said, Beyonce do so many things with such intentional reasons. I mentioned that in my previous video, and how there's a looming question of how Act 3 is gonna kick off. You know, we saw her in the British Vogue magazine. Beyonce was wearing these leather and a motorcycle. Now, to continue the tradition with the Black Betty tour, she referenced that the Black Betty tour and the Echoville song, The Echoes, with Travis, I think Travis Scott. Beyonce referenced Echoville and Black Betty's tour sold out. Even in the part of the America Has a Problem, the newspaper suit that she wore at the Cowboy Carter tour, as well as the Renaissance, I felt as if she is referencing the Black Betty tour. Now, the Black Betty tour was referenced way back in the Renaissance era. Now that things are going full circle and Black Betty is emerging within the depths of the smoke of the Cowboy Carter era, it's almost like now that the smoke and dust has settled, the smoke is appearing in the background as Black Betty Tour, which is the name of the next tour. Now, if I'm not mistaken, she called the second tour the Cowboy Carter tour, and I think this one is gonna be the Black Betty tour, Black Betty or Beyonce Betty tour, the Beyonce Betty, Sir Betty, the Betty Petty, the Short Betty. I'm thinking of the different names of the horse that we might give. But also, remember she partnered with Tiffany and Co. back in the Renaissance era. And she created such different customs of not only jewelry, but Tiffany and Co. also did a commercial featuring the Summer Renaissance, which was the last song of the Renaissance, you know, track, the 16 track, which was the Renaissance song with featuring Miss Summer Renaissance. What's cool is that similar to Cowboy Carter, as she closed out with Amen, the partnership that she had is with Levi Jeans, as well as I forgot what the other custom brand that she connected with. So indicating that Beyonce is using the different companies, but they're also giving back to her bigger platforms to issue out her her tour and her custom made stuff, as well as the Beyonce Bowl, which was with Netflix. And now, from what I heard, they won the Emmy for best costume, so congratulations to her. And like I said, we have seen the other horses before. The Afro horse, which was in the Gift album, the Renaissance horse, which was House, Cowboy Carter's Country, and then the next horse, which I'm calling the Black Betty Davis horse, the Sir Davis horse. And then the Gift album has an interconnection with this thing. Now, a lot of people have been speculating. For one, I have a weird feeling that Jordan Peele, as well as the Nope films, which was made by Jordan Peele, has an interconnection with what Beyonce is playing. Maybe she's gonna hire them to do a high budgeted movie similar to like the Avatar. And like I mentioned before, if you guys haven't seen my other videos of me covering the different origins of the different acts, like for one, Cowboy Carter, the origin of that, as well as Beyonce's Renaissance origin, and then lastly the Black Betty tour, which is the third act origin. I will leave the link down below so that way you guys could definitely see it. Also, I'm gonna be talking about the different stage of how it might look for the third act. And like I said, Beyonce is in her 8th studio albums in, from Beyonce, Dangerously in Love, to B-Day, to I Am Sasha, for self-titled Beyonce, Lemonade, Renaissance, and now Cowboy Carter. We are only could speculate what Beyonce has planned. So to Beyonce to not catch you slipping, you better subscribe to this channel, baby, because we are in hot smoking era, and I can't wait. Before Beyonce shoots you down, make sure you subscribe. Holla! See you guys. I hope you guys enjoy. Love you all. Bye bye.